Hey guys, you got Crave here, and I finally got the board that I wanted. It's Roccat's Vulcan TKL. Now, I've been using it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and the short of it is that it's amazing to look at, and it is amazing to use. Now, there are around 2 or 3 faults that I can find with it, but so far it's the main board that I'll be using for some time. First off, this isn't my first Roccat peripheral. I've had a couple of mice with them, and I also got the Vulcan 120 board some time ago. That full-size Vulcan keyboard was really good, and well, too bad it stopped working because of me and my carelessness. In any case, I have a similar looking one, and I have to say it's just the right size and it looks even better. Now, if you don't get to see boards of a similar design, just to let you know, it has a very low profile look, though not as low profile as Logitech's, say, G815. Now, Roccats offer exposures to switches and their housing, which creates a very vibrant RGB experience. In addition, the caps are also small for the Vulcan board, leaving Roccat's self-designed Titan switches exposed. Now, on my board, I have these linear switches, well, they're still Titan, and I think they would be the equivalent of Reds from Cherry. Now, I haven't owned a Cherry type switch board for a while now, in fact for a very long while now, but from what I remember, I think the sound has a more muffled feel. Plus, I've seen feedback that it does reduce the chance for key wobble as time goes by, but I can't confirm that. Oh, by the way, about these keycaps, they're not PBT, and I guess some things just really just give way. Now back to the design, if you've seen my Vulcan 120 review, it uses the same brushed finish on the top plate, which gives off a very, I would say, elegant or clean look. Now the main difference is the color used. The 120 had a gray tone, while this TKL board has a black one. Now I personally really didn't expect it to be this dark in terms of the shade, and admittingly, I still do like it because it matches the color theme of my other peripherals. Now, the underside, well, there isn't really anything spectacular about it, but it does reveal the padding on appropriate position, so it prevents your board from moving around in your desk, and it also shows the flip-out standoffs. In terms of dimensions, it measures roughly the same as my previous Huntsman TKL board when you look at it from the top side, so it's 14 inches in length and a little over 5 inches in width. Now, the height of the board, when you look at it from the side, and when not using the flip-out standoffs, the highest point where your function keys would be located are under 1.5 inches, while the lowest part where you find your control and your alt keys are about 1 inch. Now, raising the board or using the standoffs moves the function keys a bit higher to about 1.75 inches in terms of height, or that's about 4 centimeters. Now, other noteworthy choices made by Roccat are it's not really noteworthy, but yeah, I thought I should mention it, the volume knob and the mute key. And again, these things are I suppose, just becoming more and more common in keyboards nowadays. On the last bit around aesthetics, this Vulcan TKL is still a light show just like my old 120. It's still great to look at. You can make it as vibrant as you want or lessen the brightness settings if it's too much. Now, while on the lighting, the software that goes with Roccat's products, or at least with this particular board, it just leaves a lot to be desired. Now, I didn't really appreciate Roccat's Swarm then, and I still think it needs a lot of work. Now, don't get me wrong, you have the options to assign keys and change the way some things work, but I do most of those things in game. It's really the lighting configuration that needs changes. Again, Razer and Corsair just do this part much better. And of course, we have to know how the board sounds like. I'll be playing 2 clips. One is where I compare the Huntsman TKL and this Vulcan using my mobile phone, and the second one, I'll isolate the Vulcan and use a dynamic mic for the audio. Overall, I have no issues and I like the way it sounds compared to my Huntsman. On that though, if absolute speed or reaction times are important to you, then the optical switches from Razer are a better option. While typing can be a bit tricky on the Huntsman, and in fact it can be very tricky at times, key presses are just fast on Razer's board. I'm not saying that Vulcan is bad for gaming, in fact it's still really good because it's linear. It's just a difference that I noticed. In any case, I'm really just happy with my new board. It looks amazing and it offers a great gaming and typing experience. Thanks for watching this guys, and I'll talk to you soon.